Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Today is a special episode as we are joined by Tanager Goodfellow. Hi, Tanager.
Hey, what's up? Pleasure to be here. Wonderful day outside. Just, chilling in my kimono. Did my braids up this morning. Put on some nice rings. Made me feel pretty. And, I don't know. Think I might get hoofed later, Get a little taller.
Pidge, the interviewer, looks down at the satyr's hooves. Oh, new shoes.
Yeah, with how much I go around, I have to grind themselves down. I gotta get a new set every couple weeks, but, I'm thinking silver this time. What do you think? Kind of kicks out his foot towards her.
That would look great. So, Tanager, you're a new addition to the Cran Box. What color would you be, and why?
I think a nice bubbly rosé. Something fun, like a fun time drink. I want people to see this crayon and think like, ooh, that's a party dress.
Tanager, what are your strengths?
Well, I'm sure you noticed, maybe even before you got into the room, but I'm very, very attractive. People see me and they, like a moth to flame, are attracted, and I am attracted to people. And through that bonding of two spirits, something beautiful can happen, especially over drinks or a game of cards or, seeing who can kick the highest.
Pidge nods, and although kicking the highest is not something she would be good at, she sees how you could get people to want to try that with you. Yeah. All right. So those are your strengths, but what are your weaknesses?
Well, some small-minded people have called me a bit big-headed. Some big-minded people have called me small-headed. Which I don't know exactly what they meant by that, but I don't think it was very polite. Also, when I get drunk, I bleed.
Oh my. I'm sure you're the life of the party when that happens. All right, well, Tanager, where did you grow up?
Oh, a nice village called Pan's Folly. It was very traditional satyr community. I had my mother, my father, my older and younger brothers, who were both doing very well. I was a bit of a shy child, didn't exactly fit in, didn't even have my first drink until I was nearly 13. But, it all sort of changed one day when I got my first piece of jewelry. And, oh, God, how beautiful I was. But, that's where I grew up, and I just sort of spun it out from there. Kept buying jewelry, kept meeting people, really tried to be a good satyr for my community. And eventually, the god of revelry saw me, and I saw them, and together we've been throwing parties ever since, making sure everybody has a good time.
Well, you sound like a real joy. I can see why people would. I mean, how did they let you go? I'm glad you came to us, though. Speaking of, why did you want to join the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild?
Well, I guess the moment that really solidified it for me was when I saw that you had a bar inside your house. I woke up after, I believe I went to the tattoo shop to describe a cat that I had as a young boy, but came out with a fire-breathing kitten, was pointed your way, and fell in love after my third drink.
We had you at the third drink. All right. So, Tanager, every year in Nicomoy we have an annual fighting tournament, a Super Bowl, if you will, where the whole city and people from far and wide gather to watch the competition. If you were given a 1-minute advertisement time spot during the annual Nicomoy Fight Club, what would you fill it with?
I suppose it's my duty to fill it with something that would benefit the world. Maybe one of those ad slots for, like, a charity for children or something. Yes, something for, like, furs in the winter, giving orphans furs. And it'd be me walking through the streets, clothing these children, reminding people for just 15 gold pieces a day. You could give these children a bangin', fresh as heck outfit.
Well, that's so kind of you. Aw, Tanager, those children would really benefit from your assistance. Yeah. Aw.
What can I say? I'm a bleating heart.
Oh no. All right. Question 7. Out of 15, just to let you know, we're about halfway through. What do you like doing in your spare time?
Spare time. What a precious commodity. I find my days are spent between going to shops, making sure that I'm adorned in the finest wares, setting up events and celebrations for the people I hold close around me. I guess in my spare time, I just like kicking my hooves up like anyone else and getting a deep tissue massage while eating fine grapes and delicious ales and, just really spending a lot of money on what's important. Oneself.
Indeed. Question 8. What things in life are still a mystery to you other than shoes?
I have to tell you, my first answer was definitely shoes. But beyond the mysteries of knots and how to tie them, and forgive me for being indelicate, but I don't understand why someone would live a small life. Each person is so grand and interesting. It's one's duty to go out and shine your light upon the world. You'll never find me in a shack. Well, at least not willingly.
Oh, that's an interesting perspective. Yeah. All right. Question 9. Everyone's got one. Tanager, what's your annoying habit?
Ooh, shouldn't have used up the bleeding thing on my weakness. Annoying habit. Well, let's see. Tanager fully loses himself as he's gazing into a mirror, putting his hands up on the sides of it, thinking, what? What could possibly be our weakness? I'm sorry, can this interview wait a few hours while I really deeply reflect on myself and my own goals, and then maybe I'll be able to scrape up something?
Pidge moves on. Do you speak any other languages, Tanager?
Well, I was raised speaking Sylvan. I learned Common in the courts of nobles. But, no, I understand there's a spell that can allow someone to commune with others, and I'd rather spend a few hours learning that than a few years studying Giant.
True dat. Seriously.
No, right, like, you get it.
Oh, yeah.
I dap up Pidge.
Yeah, Pidge high fives. Yeah. All right. Well, you mentioned the courts of nobles and growing up speaking Sylvan. Are there any places that you would like to visit?
Well, I did a lot of traveling in my youth. But I guess... Did you ever read that book about the boy who tricked someone into going to his own funeral? Sounds like a wonderful story and an interesting thing to see. I wish to one day see my own funeral.
Whoa, your own funeral.
Yes, imagine that. Everyone you've had in your life coming to just weep at your dead feet, put flowers and wreaths upon your grave. What more grand sight could there be?
Dang. All right, Pidge, the interviewer, has never heard that response before. That's an interesting one. Wow. Yeah. You could hide up in the rafters of the church and look down at your casket and the people below. Yeah, for sure.
God, wonderful day. And then just leisurely hang out and maybe like float down a river or something. That sounds kind of nice.
Yeah, it is, for sure. All right. There are just a few questions left, so this is the part where it gets silly. Tanager, do you like pickles?
Oh, I love getting pickled. Do you want to go get a drink?
A penguin walks through that door right now wearing a sombrero. What does it say, and why is it here?
Ooh, this has actually happened to me once before, so if I can quote myself through the guise of the penguin. Some people are going to come through this door and assume I know Spanish. I'm going to need you all to go with it.
And scene. Yeah. And go. Yeah. Yeah. All right, second to last question. Tanager, what would you like remembered about you?
Well, I hope I don't get too flowery for the third time, but I don't really concern myself with that. I live my life and conduct myself in such a manner that there's no way I could ever possibly be forgotten.
Whoa. Wow. All right. Yeah, it is too bad you couldn't meet Mendax, for sure.
Oh, God.
All
Are you talking
right.
about Mendax Yardsman? I'm such a fanboy. Oh, my God. I waited all night for his book.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, do you know that he and Rhiannon broke up?
What?
I know.
I truly hope this interview is over soon because I will need a moment.
Oh, all right. Well, very last question of the interview then.
I hope it's not about Mendax.
No. Tanager, last question. What is one message you would give to your fans?
Love yourself, love those around you, but most of all, love me.
Oh, you heard it here, folks. That was Tanager Goodfellow. Thank you for joining us, Tanager.
It was a pleasure.
And you will see him on an upcoming adventure. Bye-bye.
Bye.